Hey guys, Power65 here. I'm here back on Castle Story. Now this is not my survival world with all the waves of corruption and stuff. This is actually sandbox mode. On this, the second mode in this game because there's only as of right now survival and sandbox. Sandbox, you don't have to worry about corruptions. You don't have to worry about timer, sending corruptions or any of that. You're just free to build, figure out the game and stuff, and that's what I've been doing. I've been finding some interesting things and such, but I've been thinking of new ideas for things. I've been figuring things out pretty good. So, to start off, Sandbox, the world, I'm not a big fan of because I'll show you my place soon, but if you look, you realize that there are a lot, yeah, there they are over there. There are a lot of thin paths running along it. I see not very big, you don't have that big starting place that you did for survival, which I guess is okay because survival you do need to protect your little Christmas tree or gem, which it originally is, from evil, and if you can't build a castle around it effectively, then you can't win. So I understand that, but it makes it hard to practice your, like, how to build your castle, so to speak. Because now I'm just gonna move over here, review my place right now that I have. Because it's the fact that now it's kind of laggy. And okay, hold on. Let me load. Actually, I'm going to reduce the settings. Probably should do that while recording, because I'll put them down to good. Okay, that didn't even change anything. Whatever. Unless I have to apply them. Yeah, that might help. Good. Apply. Okay. It, like, affects the shading of the game, and, like, the textures, like, pretty sure how far they render, because see, those are blank. But with sandbox mode, this is all you get for your starting area around your gem or Christmas tree. This is it. This is not really enough room to build a castle, because I mean, if you want space, you have to build it at least out to here. And then you have to worry about elevation changes, because it starts low and then it's like starts in a hole pretty much. And you have to take into account elevation changes, because try building over here, like maybe like wall, 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 wall. There will be one, this raises up, so you want it to be higher. Two, it's not completely like a gradual slope. Like might be some areas that are like higher than others. Like right here, this area right here. If you try to build a wall, I tried to do that in the first world I did in this, and it was weird because it'll be like wall, and it'll dip down one more, and it'll be like wall, and it was all, I don't know, it was all whopper jawed and stuff. That's why I kind of don't like it. I guess you do have to take into account the hills, but even the flat areas though, like once you go over here that are good to build, they're just not really big enough for a castle. Like maybe a small square watchtower, but not really a castle like you could in the survival. So that's that's one of the things I don't really like most about the sandbox mode, because you don't really have the chance to practice or figure out a design for your castle. Because there's this area that I cleared out, used to be full of trees. You can tell where the trees were because there's no grass, so there's all here and here. But if you look, you'll realize that, well, one, these are on 3 different levels. This is lower than that, this is lower than that. And if you look, you can tell by the barrels that it's just a stone slope up. There's like elevation change here, here, and here, so it'll be hard to make a castle. I wish you could get like dirt blocks and place them like down here as like a foundation instead of you having to use your stone unnecessarily. Unnecessary? Really? Is that right? I think that's right. But as of right now, you can use the stone and wood for building materials. So as of right now, what I've got, I've decided to use my stone as paths, new design. I've been using lanterns. I've been discovering some glitches, some issues with the games, and some difficulties you'll have right now that I don't know will be fixed later. Like first off, well, there's the issue of like when they sit in holes, they don't want to do their work. Like, say you wanted to have, like, I don't know, this built right here, and there's a guy sitting in the hole, and he's the only one building, or someone else. They will not build that brick until he moves, and he won't move until you make him move, at least 90% of the time. Which means you always have to pretty much keep an eye on your guys, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be. Because a lot of times they don't. Like, these guys are just sitting idle because they're here to take out the ground right here to place the path. Another thing I've noticed with these guys is that they're not the brightest, which is to be expected this early on. But you have to be careful when you're cutting down trees by the edge of the map right here. Because if you ask them to cut right here, which I did, as you can see right here, old trees are out of range, so I'm just going to delete this task. Because I need to clear out trees to add in the path, but what they do is they'll run up, they'll chop it down, because wherever they're facing, the tree will fall the opposite, because, you know, it's not supposed to fall on them. So what happens is that when they chop it by an edge, the tree falls over the edge with all its wood. So what he just did was just pretty much pointless, and they will pretty much do this with all the trees around the edge. Because it happened over here, straight line of trees all over the edge, no wood collected. Now right now wood's not in short supply, obviously, because there's plenty of trees. But if you need wood at a moment's notice and you're about to be attacked, and your guy keeps knocking it over the edge, well then it gets will probably get kind of frustrating for you, because you're not getting what you want, because your guy is being dumb, not positioning himself like maybe to this side of it so it falls this way. So that's one issue. Another issue is that a lot of times if I click on a group of them, and I'll demonstrate here, and I try to make them all put their drop their loads in here. Well, as of right now, 3 of them got stuck on trees before they even got anywhere, which really does not help. And also, if you get a group of them at once, instead of putting it away, they trade off to the person beside them. And now the guy ran up, see, like that, and they don't put it away. So you have to do it one at a time, which can be kind of tedious if you have a lot of workers like I do right now. Okay, these must be full. So once again, they're kind of stupid. Another thing with them, they are bad at prioritizing what to build. Like I've said, how they build things in a very complicated way to where you need to use unnecessary resources because they block paths. Well, there's also a thing where they take from stockpiles. You can kind of see right here, 2, 3, 3. Now you can grab one of these guys, ask them to pick one of these up and move them to other stockpiles so that's room. But they don't prioritize on ones that have nothing in them. As in, like, say this one had 1 in it and this one was full. If they were building something over here, say this, they will grab from the full one first before this one, and there's people waiting to put stone down. They will still have to wait at least until they clear this out and then grab the last one. So they don't prioritize very well, because when that happens, I kind of have to manually ask them to pick it up, or else my production will stop. So a lot of things you have to do manually with this guys at the moment. It's giving you a heads up if you decide to buy this game. Also, with destroying things, they're not the brightest either. What I've discovered though in this game, that when you tell them to destroy something, because I had a staircase heading up with here, it was made of stairs and arches, which for some reason add ridiculous amounts of strength to the stairs, so you can just do stair, arch, stair, arch, stair, arch all the way up. That's what I did, and because, well, I'll get to the building about the second story later. Right now it's kind of annoying. But when I told them to demolish it, first they did it smartly, where they were starting to break the top and then work their way down. But then suddenly they had the idea, which 2 of them did, to break the bottom first, so it'll all collapse on them. And it did. But what I've noticed when that happened is that they didn't take any damage. Even though he had like 100-pound stone blocks like fall on top of his head and around him, he took no damage and he just walked away like nothing happened. So I don't know if that's implemented yet to where they can get crushed by being stupid. But I feel like that might be added soon where they can be crushed. I've not tried the bridge mechanics yet, which will be coming off of here. I've not tried that yet. I don't know when I'm gonna try that. That's kind of off topic. But also with these guys, a lot of times instead of like trying to figure something out, like you know how much production like these get filled out, they stop production. Well, we will just stand where they are until something's open, and then they will all move. Or if you have like multiple builders, like say I have 6 of these guys, and I want them to build this remaining stretch of path, and say there's only 1 brick needed left. Well, all 6 of these guys will grab a brick for each of them, at least 1, and the last guy that places it, you won't have a brick, but all the other guys will stop moving and just hold on to their bricks until you tell them to let go or tell them to build something else. And if you want them to do a different job, you have to make them drop it, whether just where they are or in a stockpile. So that's another thing that they're not smart with is, you know, figuring out how much they need and not like taking too much at a time. I only have 1 guy working on this right here now. So that won't be an issue. And right now he's just standing still, even though he has things to build. I think it's because he's in the hole. I don't know something about holes, but it makes him not want to do anything. Maybe he just doesn't want to do anything in general. I don't know. Apparently, he just doesn't want to work. I have enough for another worker. 16%. I have a lot of workers. I have a guy. No, I don't. I moved him. I did have a guy standing over there. So yeah, they are kind of dumb. It is a prototype, so it's to be expected, but I'm just giving you a heads up on the things you have to watch out for and do, especially if you're in survival and you need wood or resources or something. You just gotta be careful. Now, other things about the game. Yeah, you can just, for these, you can move them, position, anywhere. It doesn't really matter where, because I've noticed only with this, and these 2, you really have to move. When it comes to building and constructing structures, you need to move these, because I could have this place like, I don't know, all the way over here, ask them to build something over here, assign them to this over here, and they would just build over there. Like, I had this over here for the longest time when they built this. I had this over here for the whole time they built this path, and I just decided to move it because it was inconvenient now, since I don't really need to build anything over there. So it doesn't really matter what this is, or the structures, or the where you build your structures are. That little design, the saw. Another thing, there's something I noticed with this that I don't like. Well, one, you can move these. Okay, like if I go to the if I go to where the lumber icon is, I can go set position, move to one of these groups of trees, and they'll chop them down and at least, excuse me, they'll chop them down at least until this is full. So I'm just gonna delete this because I don't need it right now. But for this, for some reason, after you place it, like after they get working on it, you're not allowed to move it. Because say I need the same strip of land removed here, I could just move this, change the specs on it, and there you go. But I can't. All I can do is just increase the depth, decrease the depth, select workers, pause, remove workers, info about blocks, or something. But to move it, I have to delete it and start a new one. And it's kind of tedious when you're working on like paths and stuff like I am, because I got plenty of stone, and right now my stone production is done because he's taking out all the walls he can. So what you have to do to be able to make them do what you want them to do, you have to click that, and here's the general thing. It's like 3 deep at least, depending on what elevation you put on. Like here's like 4, here's like 2, here's like 3. Actually, this might be 3, then 4. And this you can move it whenever you want. It's just when people start building it is when you can't. And here you can rotate the staircase. Like, see, now it's there and stuff. That doesn't really matter because I'm only making one deep. To get the paths, if you're making them, you just reduce it to 1 level deep. Okay, that's not what I want. Reduce it to 1 level deep. You have to click on it though. Like, you can adjust it all you want. You have to click on it to see it though. That's the wrong one. I always get the length and the width messed up. I don't know why. And there. Now it's 1 deep enough to place these, and now I will increase its, pretty sure it's length. Nope, it was totally not length. Increase its width. And now when you move it, and for some reason when I moved it, it decreases depth again. Sometimes it does that. Oops. And then I need to increase it by 1, and there, now it's correct. Now it doesn't have a staircase, but that's okay because I don't need one. But the problem I have is when you place it and you want to look, you have to click on it, but it's like, what what was I trying to say? I don't even know. The only thing, see, that's the only thing I don't like though, is like, if I want like a path, I have to make a new one every time, and adjust it every time, and it can get pretty tedious after a while. Because I can move it now, but once people start, digging out this, I can't move it. You just have to delete it and start a new one. So, right now I have things I want. Oops. Oh yeah, I also discovered a new way to rotate is with the mouse wheel. If you have one, just click it in. Just going up and down, normal controls, go up and down. These guys still did not put away their stuff. I'm pretty sure I told him to put away his things. Drop the load. Thank you. Whatever. I was at them all. I swear. Now, if I have a bunch of these guys, they're really bad at teamwork, I've noticed. When you're trying to delete things, like a staircase, or are you trying to delete multiple blocks at once, they will all run to one block, delete it, and they'll do it block by block, not evenly all run over, take one block for themselves and destroy it. They will all wait in line for the person to be done hammering away at the block they want destroyed, and once it's destroyed, they'll just run to the other one where someone else already is and wait in line, so it takes longer than it should, and it won't matter how many workers you have. That's one issue. Another issue is when they're mining, a lot of times they like to mine the same block instead of evenly mining different ones. Mining is not as bad though. They do space it out a bit between where they mine and where they don't mine, but it's mostly destroying where they all just like to crowd around one block at a time and just say, whoever can reach it can hammer it. They're just stand there and stare. Like, yeah, this is the most fascinating thing ever. I'm totally not doing my job. So that's another reason why they're kind of dumb. To be expected though. Another thing. Okay, so I think that's it for the shovel right now. Now I'll get into the mining because I was a little confused and it's still kind of hard, but as you can see, I cleared this out of the mountain, which you don't have to do in survival. You don't have to do in this though. But what you can do is to adjust it. Now this I don't have to move either actually, really. I go to settings, you click 1, 2, or 3. 1 is for floors. Right here, if I click on this, it'll highlight it. If I click on it again, it will extend the wall for him to mine out more. If I click on it, it'll do it again. If I hold shift and click, pretty sure, nope, does not decrease it. I don't know how to decrease what you just asked them to do. Actually, I think I can do this. Oh, no, don't want to make another tunnel. See, it's still kind of confusing, but if I press 2, I can add another floor. But the issue is that I really don't know how. Because when I try to click on it like I normally would for the other one, it doesn't let me. Actually, no. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter what number you click. I guess it just matters you just keep clicking on it. Whoa. Okay, there's the floors. Click on it, it'll go down a level. Yeah, you can pretty much mine down like this. So I can make this guy just keep going down if I wanted to. Now, how do I make him come back up? Yeah, I don't know how to do that. So now he's gonna be mining downward. I don't know who's supposed to be mine though, cause I don't know where he went. Oh, I know what he's doing. Never mind. That's not the guy. Okay, I guess this is him. No one's up. Where the heck is he? Is he already in there? He is. I told him to go in there though. I don't even know where my other worker went. He's not even doing anything. At least I don't think. Where is he? Is he somewhere over here? No. Okay, I'm kind of confused. Appears that one of my workers is gone and I don't know what happened to him. This guy is for cleaning up. Whatever he does not pick up, this guy, he will pick it up for him to reduce the amount of trips he has to make. That's why I have this here, which I'll probably have to move. Why should you know how to delete those things? Because now I'm going to make him like dig down and crap. Look at all the nice stuff on top. Oh, what? Oh, I know why he's not moving. He's completely filled up. Okay, I get it now. When they're completely filled up, they don't do anything until you add room. So I need to add more barrels. I'll need to add at least 3 more. Because each one can hold 10. And he has 3. No, he has 4 now. I don't know where the other one came from. Because they had 4 before. But he has 20, so he filled 2. And he'll fill like 3/10 of one. Since it can only hold 10 at a time, which doesn't seem like that much. You can make them explode if they're completely full and damage enemies. Like you can set them as traps. Like say you set them out in the middle of nowhere, fill it up with the orange crystals, which I guess can be flammable because it does make torches. And you can make it explode, and I think it'll damage people around them. I don't know if it'll destroy blocks. I'll have to try that out. You know what? Let me make one over here. Have someone fill it up. And we're gonna test this out. We're gonna test this theory out. Will it explode blocks with it too? Now, I don't want to name my workers by because I'm pretty sure it will hurt them, without doubt. Okay, these guys are done. I'll just make them move out of the way. I would prefer if they were done, they would put away the items that they have into the stockpile, but they don't. They're not that smart yet. While that other thing is set up, I will add to the design. Not there. Building is pretty easy to set up things. Like I actually got the dimensions right on this. I was thinking I did not, but I actually did. There now actually looks organized and all nice. What I've also discovered though about this, you can't destroy blocks in a 2-block radius from this. It doesn't let you. So I had to widen my path out more than I thought. I don't know. You might be able to build stuff like up the blocks and over. I have yet to try that. Okay, that's filled up. Okay, you go put that in there. Now I will ask of you to add 2 more barrels. I need to make a overall place to just throw barrels in and stuff. Or something, I don't even know. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to explain everything. I'm actually not that close to being done. I have a lot more to say. Okay, is that full? You put stuff in there. Thank you. You. Now go put stuff in there. Now we're gonna, I don't know how big the blast is gonna be, because I think the amount you have depends on how big it is, because it tells like 40% full and stuff. I think the more you have, the bigger the explosion, so let's try it. Watch it be like a nuke and blow everything up. That'd be nice. Ah, the fireworks! Well, it does blow blocks. Huh. That was a short blast, so just got down to rocks. That might tell us, unless that's how far it can go, that might tell us that rocks are more resilient, which would make sense right now to explosions. Not sure yet. That could be a way of mining. If you have like an excess amount of like yellow gems, just blow holes in your mine, that would work. Okay, he's not doing anything anymore. So I'll have you, or you. I'll also move you deeper inside. Yep, so that worked. So it does destroy blocks. I just wanted to test that. Okay. That's full. Pick him up. I said pick up the cheese. Fine, don't pick up the cheese. See? I do this, and like sometimes this doesn't work. They just like refuse to listen to me. I tell them, just pick that up. And they're like, no. So now I have to do this. Click on that, which takes a bit longer. And then they'll not pick up what I wanted them to pick up. And they still won't. God dang it. Fine, don't listen to me. I'm just gonna leave you right there. As of right now, I have one guy building this. So those do blow up. It's pretty cool. I've made a bridge. This is not really necessary. They don't follow paths. They'll just walk like maybe beside them sometimes, or walk up the mountain and down the mountain just to get into the mines. Never understood that. But I think the lighting in this game is pretty good. I mean, it doesn't go very far, but it's pretty bright where it is. So that's nice. I still need to add more lanterns. To make lanterns, torches, I think you just need, you might need wood, I don't remember, but you do need 10, 10 orange, yellow, orange, I think I say yellow at one point, orange crystals. For lanterns, you need 10, but you also need a block of stone to make it, because I guess, got a little stone thing here. There's a lot of stone for it. Another thing is the buildings in this game. Second story buildings are not worth the time. Because, well, I just add these for design, but the first floor, I didn't realize it, but you can have 3 across completely, right here, 1, 2, 3 across, that will not collapse. Which is good to know. So you can have an extended building, you won't need these pillars. Because when you make these pillars, you have to make these across for structural support. And you can't place boards on top of them. And I need these to be able to make the second story of this, which is kind of like the beginning of the bridge / watchtower that I don't need. But I've found some glitches in this. Like, if you have, like, say you have, like, a piece of wood right here. And it's propped up right here, and you have this connected to this with these, like, wooden little, like, connectors. If I delete this, this will still be here. The wooden connector will still be here. It'll count as a block. So I can't add another one to this. I have to place another one down, add it, and connect it, and still have the wooden connector right here. And the only way to get rid of it is to save and quit and re-enter your game, and it will be gone. That's how I get rid of that. Second stories, my guys, I don't even know. To build, it's like I did it 3 across, and apparently the structural support for these 2 is not enough unless I start this side, build this, and then add the middle, which means if you want to add a second story, you have to build a staircase up to this side and a staircase up to this side, or else they will not be able to make their way across. Because they only build this area, and that's it. And then you have to go over here, and then you have to build this area, and then they will complete this area. Which, to get these, which I thought was pretty cool. God, this is so touchy when you're so close. Okay, I think you saw it. Right here, you need these for structural support for the planks, or else you can't build them. I tried out, because I want to make a building that can house resources. You can place these, you can't place them right here, but you can place them on where the structural support is. But I've noticed on the ground, it's it's slightly farther range. I know it's like I can build it out to here then for some reason. Yeah, that's on it. It might be because it's closer to the ground. And it's not like extended in the air, or it might be because of the stone. I'm not sure yet. But I never really plan on putting resources up on the second floor because that would just be a waste. I could just put on the lower, first floor and it won't take as much. I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible because I'm pretty much out of time. So building a second floor is not really worth it right now because it's very difficult. Because you have to build this side and then you got to build this side and then you can end it. Now unless it's smaller, like say this is moved to here, so I'll need 2, it should work and be easier. But if you want like 3 or more, I've not tested yet, see if it can support another log extended, but it just complicates it twice as much. I've added some railings, they're not really necessary. Stairs, standard. That's pretty much it. I know something, there's a glitch with the building. We all know, I think you saw it in my, because I pre-recorded my survival to a certain amount of episodes. And I think you saw how sometimes the blue will still stay in, even though it's built. Well, I found a glitch. It happened over here, which really confused me and frustrated me, and why it will not build the path. When I logged in, we'll save and quit and enter the game or whatever. It turns out, I already asked them to place a block here, but it just didn't show it. It just showed a blank space. But when I re-logged in, it was blue, so then I could delete it and then build it. So if you can't build things in the area, first, a tip is maybe it's because the ground is messed up. Like right here, if I hold down shift, you can delete the ground that's restricting you, and then you can build it holding shift. You just ask someone to do it, a builder, and then they will do it. And if that doesn't work, relog, and it will possibly be something like this. Like this will be here that you couldn't see, and that's why you can only build it on top but not on it, and you actually won't be able to build it on top because it won't like register that it's there for some reason. There we go, my path's done. So those are a couple tricks. Are these already filled up? Yeah, these barrels can also house stone if you're out of room, rock, and blue crystals if you don't feel like placing them here yet for some reason. I wonder if they've started on the... Nope. Actually, maybe, yeah. Nope, not yet. So yeah, that's what I've got for today. Probably think of more things to say after I'm done, but that's a quick run through of a lot of the different options. Tunnel. As of right now, I do recommend it. It is $18. So if you want to get it, you should get it soon. Save $2 pretty much, but whatever. Save as much money as you can. It's always nice. And despite only having like, I don't know, how much is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only having like 14 options to choose from. I've yet to build this. I need to try this out because of those explosive barrels, which can be very devastating to your castle if they're in your castle and shoots at it. So I'm not so sure about these yet. But despite only having all of these different things to use, you can build actually quite a bit if you use your imagination enough to like build stuff like this or build paths down to this. Because I do want to build a lumber mill and stuff. So I have even more options to choose from. I never showed you, but you could also go down here instead of right clicking and select a new task. I feel like that might be for Mac because I don't think you can right click with Mac. So they added this option so you just go down here and choose between this two, and then it'll just be like the same thing. Except I don't know how you would change the build thing, so I don't know. I don't know on that point. I'm still learning. But yeah, look at all this stone. I should have someone clean it up. Go, Rono, my minion. So yeah, that's what I've got for today. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of these videos, because I will be posting them sometime throughout the playthrough of the survival waves let's play I'm doing right now. Because as I get farther, I'll hopefully discover new things, or if there's updates, I will. If there's an update, this probably will be released quicker, like sooner than maybe usual. To if I discover new things with the update, or if there's new things I need to tell you of the update, since my survival series is pre-recorded, so I can get you to it first. And if you would like to also see my other survival series, then hit the subscribe button.